welcome back for another video. FPL's changed significantly over the years, both in appearance and features, and will no doubt continue to evolve over time. When FPL first launched, you could play any formation, including a 5-5-0 or a 2-5-3. The bonus point system barely resembled its current design. In fact, there was only bonus handed to one player and only 3 points based on human judgment alone. In the 2015-16 season, 3 chips were added to the game: free hit, bench boost and all-out attack. All-out attack simply let you play a 2-5-3 formation for one game week, but it was later removed. So what's next in FPL's evolution? Are changes actually required? The most important thing with potential changes is that they cater to the masses. By watching this video, you're perhaps a more involved manager than the average player. So what's vital is that any new feature must benefit all players, whether you spend all the week planning or you just wake up Saturday morning and make a 5-second transfer and forget about it for the rest of the week. So here's potential changes to the game. Drop a comment below of your thoughts on each change. The first change is split chips. So let's say we've got a Game Week 1 here and a Game Week 38 here. Currently we get a wildcard for each half of the season, but players only get one of the other chips to last the entire season. In the 21-22 season, we got a taste of having 2 free hit chips as a result of COVID postponements, but the question remains, why not split all chips into each half of the season? This would suit all players, particularly those that otherwise use their chips early and give up mid-season. Likewise, for the more engaged managers, it's an added layer of tactical approach to the game. At the end of the day, FPL is a game, and chip usage is one of the funnest aspects to the game when you nail it, so why not allow 2 rolls of the dice? The next suggestion is a revamp to the price changes. Currently, price changes are somewhat of a mystery. We're forced to use third-party websites to attempt to predict when the changes happen. There's 2 ways this area could be easily improved. The first would be if FPL were to have the information directly on their website and confirm definitively if a player is rising or dropping. This is a mock-up I made of how it could look. The other route that they could take is for price changes to happen on the deadline. This would be simple and effective, and prevent you from getting burned by players needlessly moving early for players when they could otherwise wait. Instead of continually monitoring the price changes, you just need to check weekly. Number 3 is rolling 2 transfers. Currently we're able to roll 1 transfer maximum with 2 to spend. So what if we could roll 2 transfers with 3 to spend? It's a rare scenario in all likelihood, but there's no harm in the added flexibility, and again this could open the door to new approaches to the game. Imagine making 4 transfers for only a -4, or even 5 transfers for a -8 to completely shake your team up. Suggestion number 4 is partial clean sheet points. Currently the 60-minute mark is the difference between 1 or 2 appearance points, but it's also the difference between a clean sheet or no clean sheet at all. You could argue that the 5-point swing is too significant, particularly as the 2022-23 season onwards will introduce the use of 5 substitutions. Therefore, if a player is to play 55 minutes as an example, they could get 2 clean sheet points rather than 4. Feature number 5 is correlating BPS to bonus points. The idea here is that the higher BPS a player has, the higher bonus points they finish on. As an example, if a player achieves 20 points on the BPS system, they could receive 1 bonus point regardless, or 30 BPS for 2 points, 40 BPS for 3 points, and 50 BPS for 5 points. The issue with the current system is that you could have a dull, uneventful 0-0 game where 3 players are tied on BPS and yet they all get 3 bonus. Meanwhile, you could have a game that's a 4-all thriller where 2 players score 2 goals and get 2 assists, but one of them makes an extra tackle which notches them to 3 bonus while the other only gets 2 bonus. You could argue that the player with 4 goal involvements has been disproportionately rewarded compared to the 0-0 draw where a defender just kept a clean sheet and nothing else. One suggestion which didn't make the cut was a revamp to positions. One of the biggest flaws is positional categorization in FPL. Declan Rice and Mo Salah are completely different types of players, yet both will receive a clean sheet point, and Rice will never be a relevant option because of his lack of attacking returns. Therefore, you could make the case for new positions in FPL such as defensive midfielder, which reward tackles, recoveries, etc. more. However, this one falls over at the first hurdle, which is catering to the masses. It's a huge change and hard to see FPL implementing such a drastic change. Let me know in the comments what you think of these suggestions, and please like and share the video if you found it interesting. Drop a comment below if there's any other changes you'd like to see, or perhaps additional chip ideas.